The medical ministry of the Seventh-day Adventist Church not only attends to the medical needs, but also shows the love of Jesus to those who come to its facilities, seeking medical treatment. In this episode of Hope in Motion, we go to Gifford Memorial Hospital and the College of Nursing in Newsfeed, India, and see how Asian Aid is helping this pioneering institution in training young people in God's service.
I guess we traditionally think of sponsorship of children sitting in a classroom, but here at Gifford Memorial Hospital, we see the end result. We see the success of girls especially who are now doing full nursing courses, who are making a real contribution to the medical work of the church.
We meet Alice Joseph, a gold medal winner from its nursing program, and see how Asian Aid sponsorship has helped her achieve this great feat.
I think it's a great blessing being sponsored, and I'm thankful for what they did for my life, for bringing me to this stage. And I hope one day that I would do something for them.
Asian Aid is an organization giving hope, an organization fostering permanent positive change in the lives of disadvantaged children and their communities, an organization that is committed to making a difference in the lives of children and those who are in need, serving communities in Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, and India. For the last 40 years, Asian Aid has invested in the futures of people, and their investment has proven infinite returns. Driven by their dedication to helping those who have the least, Asian Aid is an organization focused on the welfare of children, implementing diverse development projects and sponsoring thousands of children. Their outreach spans from child rescue operations to providing an education for orphans, deaf, and the blind children, giving them a sense of place, a home. But above all, Asian Aid is an organization giving hope to children, giving hope to communities, giving hope to the ones who need it the most. This is Hope in Motion. Usha Rani is a second-year nursing student at the College of Nursing in Newsfeed, India. As part of the Gifford Memorial Hospital, the College of Nursing brings in aspiring nursing students from Adventist backgrounds like Usha. Asian Aid, over the years, has helped many young women like Usha through sponsorship.
Because of the Asian Aid, many students could educate themselves in our college. It's a tremendous opportunity for the students to grab that and to excel in their studies and then educate themselves and then have a bright future.
Usha Rani is looking forward to this bright future. Having born into a poor Adventist family, Usha has been supported by Asian Aid sponsorship program from kindergarten. She is the youngest of 4 girls in the family, and Usha's parents had to constantly worry about their financial instability. This led to marital issues between her parents, and they separated when Usha was still a young girl. Her mother took care of her and her 3 older sisters by selling vegetables in the village. Their hardship was compounded when her mother was hospitalized with jaundice.
By the time they realized that she is suffering from jaundice and take her for treatment, it became worse. They couldn't treat her. Doctor said no hopes. And she was like 1 week in the hospital, but no improvement in the health status. But like that only she passed away in the hospital only. That time also I was in hospital only. I don't know anything about my mother's health condition and all, sir. Then by the time I came here, she is no more. She passed away.
When our mother passed away, I wanted to bring my husband here and take care of my sister. because she was still very young at that time. But my husband was not willing. He said, "When your father is not taking care of you all, why should I take care of her?" So my husband left me and I came here to take care of them.
Usha's mother died 5 years ago, and legal requirements forced her father to be her guardian.
After when my mother died, it's compulsory I should stay with my father because no source for me, nobody is to take care of us because already my 3 sisters, they got married, they went to stay with their husbands. After that, when I was staying with my father, he also became sick because he is also became old, he couldn't work. He is diabetic patient here. Then due to some family problems, my elder sister, she had fought some problem with her husband. She came home and now she is taking care of my father and me, sir.
Poverty passes on from generation to generation. Without any education, people in rural India are forced to follow their parents into working in the fields or doing manual labor, sometimes as domestic helps. Usha's father, although old and diabetic, is forced to work in the fields nearby just so he can earn something to support himself and his eldest daughter who is caring for him. Usha's sister, Ratnak Mari, owns a petty shop selling vegetables. Fortunately for Usha, she has the opportunity to break the shackles of poverty. Asian Aid sponsorship has given her that opportunity to uplift herself and help her support her family in the future.
If you help the family, that help may not be for a longer time. But if you help a child in a family and educate the child, and that child, when he gets into a job, he can take care of the entire family and he can be a big blessing to the entire family. So therefore, Seventh-day Adventists, wherever we have our colleges, wherever we have schools, wherever we have hospitals, we take it like a privilege to invite students from all backgrounds and to educate them so that a day would come, they would become workers, come back to our institutions and serve in our institutions. So what we do, it will not go in waste, but they'll come back and then help taking care of responsibilities, taking care of various jobs that we entrust to them.
I would say if there is no sponsorship, I think majority of them will not be having this education that they are actually going through. And if you actually take the financial background of many of our students, they come from very poor backgrounds. And some of them have a really pathetic background, and this sponsorship that they are getting from very kind donors, I pray that God will bless them, because they are really doing a lot of services, and by helping these poor students in getting some education, they are really going a long way to build a bright future for these students. Without this sponsorship, I am sure they will not be able to get this education, and they will not be able to do what they are doing, and their future we do not know what it could be given the financial conditions from which they come. So I really pray, we always remember these sponsors, because we do not know whether they have seen these children or not, but with kindness they have been helping our students, and we really appreciate them, and we pray that God will bless those sponsors who have been helping our students.
I wouldn't have got that sponsorship from Asian Aid. Definitely, I'm not sure that I would have studied in such a Adventist institutions. Sponsorship is like they are supporting me financially, everything they are giving, books and all. From LKG, I was supported by Asian Aid help only, sir.
Usha Rani has gone through Asian Aid sponsorship programs since kindergarten, and Asian Aid is continuing to support Usha through her nursing program at the College of Nursing in Newsweed. Nurses are in high demand, and no doubt, Usha would be employed almost immediately upon her completing her nursing program. Thanks to Asian Aid sponsorship, she will not only stand on her own as a working professional, but also be of service to her family, and above all, to the community as a whole.
I guess we traditionally think of sponsorship of children sitting in a classroom, but here at Gifford Memorial Hospital, we see the end result. We see the success of girls especially who are now doing full nursing courses, who are making a real contribution to the medical work of the church, even to community hospitals.
మా కన్న తండ్రిలా ఫీల్ అవుతున్నాము. ఆయన చాలా
My father cannot support us, and we don't have any brothers to support us. I'm so thankful to AsianAid and my sister's sponsors. If AsianAid is not there, I would not make her to study this much. We would have gotten her married in the village, and she may be doing some manual labor in the fields. Because of AsianAid, my sister is able to receive an education, and I want to thank the sponsor. These are people who do not know us. They have not met us, and we have not seen them. But still, they are sponsoring my sister. I'm able to give my emotional support to her only because of these sponsors. I'm praying for them. I pray that God will prosper them and give them good health. I thank them with all my heart.
The healing ministry of the Seventh-day Adventist Church is the forefront of its mission to spread the good news and the love of Jesus through its clinics and hospitals. At Gifford Memorial, young people are being trained in God's service. At its School of Nursing, they're not only trained to give manual nursing care, but also show Christian love and to share God's love with those who come seeking medical help. When we come back, we look at how AsianAid is helping this pioneering institution in training young people in this healing ministry, and meet Alice and see how AsianAid sponsorship has helped her bring laurels to her sponsors, her home, and to her school.
I think it's a great blessing being sponsored, and I'm thankful for what they did for my life, for bringing me to this stage, and I hope one day that I would do something for them.
My wife Angela and I are here in Andhra Pradesh, India, visiting some of the AsianAid projects to see for ourselves how the work that is being done here is transforming lives, especially the lives of orphaned children and abandoned children, children from the tribal communities. And we've discovered that because of sponsors like you, they now have a place that they can call home. They have wonderful clothing, nutritious food, and they are being prepared to propel themselves into the future for a promising career. But above all that, because of sponsors like you, they now have hope, hope for a better future.
Well, I'm here in Sunrise Home with Sheila. Now, my family and I have been sponsoring Sheila for just about a year now, and I can tell you, being here and spending time with her, I can see the difference that sponsorship is making in her life. She now has plenty of food, she has a beautiful place to sleep each night, she has clothes, she has a school uniform, and an excellent education. I can tell you, it's made a difference in her life, and it's made a difference in our lives too. Now, through sponsorship, you too can make a difference in the life of a child every day.
Gifford Memorial Hospital in Newsweed is an Adventist hospital established in 1935 and has spearheaded and served the medical needs of communities in and around Newsweed. In its 80-year history, the hospital has treated thousands of people who often come from poor villages with problems ranging from common illness to snake bites. Along with the medical center, Gifford Memorial has also been instrumental in taking the mission and the good news of the church to people around Newsweed.
Because of this hospital, more than 50 churches were established all in and around Newsweed, and each church is doing so good, and from those churches we get the students. Here they do their general nursing program and BSc nursing program. We are hoping to start MSc nursing program. That means from LKG until PG course they can complete their studies here. What a blessing that would be.
Recently, Gifford Memorial Hospital branched out to start a nursing program, primarily for students from Adventist backgrounds who wish for a career in nursing. Last year, the College of Nursing was privileged to send out its first batch of graduates. It was a proud moment for the college, as they had a 100% passing result.
I know, as a principal, I found it quite challenging. It was the first batch of students, and we had a lot of difficulties also, but the good Lord was there with us. And we put in all our efforts to see that our students could get the best. With God's help, we got quite a few distinctions, and we had 100% pass results from the first batch of students, and we were really very excited about it, and we thank God for all His blessings and the way He has led us marvelously.
Although the majority of the students in the College of Nursing come from Adventist families, many cannot afford a college education. They come from small towns and villages like Usharani. This is where Asian Aid plays a crucial role in providing the means necessary for these aspiring students through its sponsorship program.
I've visited a lot of different medical facilities in the U.S., so it's a real privilege and very exciting for me to come here to this hospital here in India, where students are being trained and are being able to work and serve the community. As a sponsorship manager in the U.S., I see it from one angle, and you see the students as they grow, and then to come here, and everywhere you go, it's someone who has grown up through the Asian Aid system, who's now serving the community as a nurse. And what a privilege and what opportunity it is for them to serve patients when they're vulnerable, to share Jesus with them in this life of service.
Alice Joseph joined the nursing staff at Gifford Memorial last year. She was part of the first batch of the graduating class and was sponsored by Asian Aid through her nursing program. Last year, she brought laurels to the institution by winning a gold medal at her graduation.
Like, I just wanted, this was like a one-time accomplishment, so I just wanted the first mark, but I didn't think of the gold medal, and by God's grace I got it. And one thing that made me happy for getting us from where I came, for them the good name, that is from Sunshine and the Asian Aid. I just felt happy for that. Even I didn't tell my mom that I got gold medal, but first I told Beulah auntie, and I could see that smile on her face, and she was happy, like, at least from Sunshine you're the one who got it, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah, I was very proud, and so proud that Alice had made it, and even Ashwini, the girl who is from Sunshine, who studied with her, she got a distinction. And both these children have always excelled in their studies, right from grade 1. And to see that they kept that constantly and tried to do their best even at the college level, it made me really proud to be able to be there and witness that and be part of that celebration.
Alice grew up at Asian Aid Sunshine Home in Bangalore, and she has fond memories of the place she calls home.
It's like a family over there, and lots of children we can play around, and we feel that we have someone beside us. We never feel lonely because we had all the children around us. So I cherish this moment, because right now we don't get time even to spend time with the children. So I miss that one a lot.
Their mother brought Alice and her twin sister Angela to Sunshine Home when they were just 5 years old, after their father abandoned them.
The father abandoned the family, and the mother had to become the breadwinner, and she couldn't go for a job because she had these 2 little girls, and she was desperate to find a solution, and someone told her about Sunshine, and so she came and asked if we could take the children in, and looking at her desperate condition, we did take the children in so that she could survive.
Bringing her 2 girls to Sunshine was hard for her, but she had to do it for their survival and that of her own. Most often, in an abandoned situation, the child will not be able to get the basic requirements, such as a decent meal a day. And in cases where the mother is unable to work, both the mother and the children will eventually face hardship beyond their control, leading even to their death. In Alice's case, her mother had to make a sacrifice to give her children up in a home so that at least her children would have a future and that she could be free to find a job just to survive. Sunshine did give them a good future, and thanks to Asian Aid sponsorship, Alice and her sister were able to go to school and be educated. The love and care they received at Sunshine has had a huge influence on them.
Basically, any child that comes into our home is one more added member to the family, and the children bond so easily and so fast, and it's a lifelong bond, and they sense that they belong to a family. It's something bigger, and I'm sure each of our children are proud to be part of Sunshine.
The children are indeed proud to be part of Sunshine. In fact, for a majority of them, Sunshine is the only home they've known. And Alice owes her success to becoming a nurse to Sunshine Home.
First, I decided I wanted to become a teacher. Like when we write letters and all, that was my desire. Then as I grew up, I used to see so many of our sisters in Sunshine. Like nurses with that white uniform, giving injections and all. So I had that desire that I should also be a nurse.
We've had about 35 girls who are nurses. I think initially the girls who finished nursing were role models for these girls, and everyone looked up to them and decided they want to do exactly what the older ones did. And they have the ability and the opportunity to be of service to people, and they enjoy it, because being at Sunshine is not just looking after themselves. Each one of them has had responsibility of a little one to look after the little ones, and they develop leadership skills and skills in serving others. So that's what they like to do.
The desire to excel in her studies and in life grew out of her experience at Sunshine, and with Asian Aid's help, she grabbed all the opportunity that came her way to becoming a successful nurse.
The way the child is born is not important. To which family the child belongs, that also not important. But the way this child studies, the environment makes a ocean of difference, and then everybody would get the opportunities. Some take it very easy, some take it very serious. But in this case, Miss Alice took it very serious and grabbed all the opportunities and could excel in her studies, and that makes us very, very happy. I'm sure the sponsors we have been supporting her would be also very happy. I'm sure the Asian Aid, Australia, Asian Aid, USA, sponsors also will be very happy about it.
Alice is a shining example of why Asian Aid wants to continue growing its program. We're giving children a chance. They can come from their very simple background, and we can give them a chance at education to the highest level. Alice is a shining example of the success of sponsorship, from where she's come to top of her class at Gifford Memorial Hospital. It really encourages Asian Aid with its growth strategy, and it encourages us to tell sponsors that we make a real difference in the life of these children.
The sponsors do make a real difference in the life of these children. Being a sponsor is not easy for the majority of Asian Aid sponsors. It's years of sponsoring a child from kindergarten right up to college, and seeing that the child is using that opportunity and using that money the sponsors have sent to the best of their ability is a rewarding experience. And when sponsored children like Alice excel in their studies, they vindicate the belief the sponsors have in the sponsorship program.
Being sponsored is a privilege, because if I have to look back and see that if I was not in Sunshine or if I was not sponsored, I don't think I would have completed my nursing also, because my parents couldn't afford also. And I think it's a great blessing being sponsored, and I'm thankful for what they did for my life, for bringing me to this stage. And I hope one day that I would do something for them.
The ultimate goal of our school system children's homes, and our hospitals is to spread the love of Jesus and the promise of eternal life to people around us, and Asian Aid-sponsored students like Usha Rani and Alice are shining examples of the miracles God has promised for His children. They have not only accepted Jesus as their personal Savior, but are in the mission to tell others about the promise of eternal life.
I think there's a tremendous influence that homes like Sunshine and educational institutions and sponsorship agencies like Asian Aid have in directing a child's life from what could have been to what has been has made such a difference. And I think just looking at the potentiality of a child when they come here when they're small and seeing through that potentiality and making that a possibility makes a world of difference.